Blues and roots. Not exactly the pick of the musical crop these days, with the ever-developing electronic music scene casting a rather big shadow on, well, all other forms of music. But here at the Bulli Heritage Hotel, local band 1920 are embracing a more classical style of music, hosting a purely blues and roots evening showcasing some great young talent with an old school approach that are all the proof I need that the blues is just as prominent as it has ever been.
So 15 years playing blues guitar. It's the first thing that made sense. My brother taught me a little sort of bluesy riff, and from then I was hooked. I was in a punk band as well after that, but like with mohawks and stuff, but I always came back to the blues.
I've been playing music since probably my early teens. Started on bass guitar, migrated to double bass later on because I just love that kind of a really classic sort of attack, slap, rockabilly, rock sort of thing. So couldn't get enough of that, so I decided to migrate to double bass, and it's been blossoming ever since. I've only been doing this for about the last 1 or 2 years, so I got to say, from the amount of gigs that we play and the amount of people that rock up to them, there's definitely a scene for it.
But despite the popularity of the blues and roots music scene in the Illawarra, the guys from 1920 still have plenty of time for more modern music, and just how the classical origins of the blues maintains its influence.
Look, I love all musics and I love electronic stuff, and I think you get guys who are like, blues is the only music and everything comes from the blues, and I guess it kind of does in an essence. But even if you look at like Metallica and guys like that, they're using blues notes, they're playing pretty much blues songs, I think, decorated a little bit different.
You know, Avicii plays bluegrass stuff and blues stuff, and all he's done is sped it up, you know, and he's got the same harmonies that we'll be using, and yeah, I think it's cool, you know, it's the next level of progression. I'm not into it, but what I'm stoked about is that people are getting into it, then going, hang on, how did they create that? Where's that sample from? Going back in time and then finding out where the original artist came from. That's it.
I've heard a lot of cliches like music is a tapestry and it's a picture, and there are small minority pieces of music that make a whole big picture, and I think just do what you like to do, basically. Yeah, so one thing will influence another. If you're a proper musician, your influences will change from one thing to the next. Everything influences everything, so do whatever you like. You might start off as an electronic musician or a DJ, you might end up like a bluegrass bass player, who knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, please thank 1920!